we said, not quite working out the way that it would have been preferred. We're gonna attempt a solution here that is certainly not optimal, but we just want to show you guys the game, and hopefully everybody is on on the same page. We've swapped sides. I'm not gonna touch anything because if I do, it's gonna break.
Don't do it.
I'm trying, man. It's a struggle, but we're working through it. Let's just go ahead and get our heads in the game here in the game number 2.
Yeah, we got it, no problem here. So yeah, both turrets, outer turrets and the bot lane and top lane respectively have went down. So the turrets are 1-1 right now. And I know this is kind of a rule for collegiate teams. Not all of them follow it, but as you see the order for Carleton, they are a little bit out of order in the champion displays in the bottom. We'll fix that in just a moment as well. But RMU, they're good to go. So you do have Trundle in the top lane, Rammus in the jungle, and Zillion in the mid. Nubsy doing a great job so far, actually out-farming the Ahri right now, going for the Rod of Ages. Has Catalyst of the Protector in his inventory already. Ecstasy, I should say, and Banana Warrior taking out the Krugs in the bot area. They do have their bot turret up, as Robert Morris was actually able to take out the top lane turret in favor over the bot lane turret.
Yes, indeed, yes. It was in favor of...
I said all that right, I think.
Completely. I've never said anything wrong in my entire life.
I'm just like filling while you get your technical issues sorted out.
No, like the only...
Oh, you're good?
I just can't touch anything. Like everything is working, but if I move, it's like if you guys ever had old TVs and you had to position rabbit ears on top of them to get the analog signal coming in, like that's where we're at right now. So if we move the rabbit ears, it's not gonna look good. Oh man, bottom lane, can we get Rammus in there? Looks like the answer is no.
Jesse was there just in time. Dredge line onto Cyanotic. I don't think he wanted that, though, because there's more backup in that bush than I think he anticipated. Turb took quite a bit of damage, but he has teleport. I don't think it's going to worry him too much. And, of course, musical note, he's just having a good time farming underneath the turret right now, because Nubsy has not stopped pushing him this entire game. Ecstasy uses his heal on the bot lane. There's exhaust going on to Mikey Moss. Is this going to be first blood? There's a flash blown as well, but Dredge line pulling him back in. Teleport coming in. Turb, is it going to be enough time? Flash from Jezzy picking up the first blood, but now huge force from Robert Morris in the bot lane.
Oh, Mother Hen's gonna kill everyone here. This is Penta material, but he's only level 5, so
only level 5, yeah. He doesn't have level 6, but Musical Notes does. Spirit rushing in, hits the charm onto Turb. Ignite goes onto him, but the flash, and I guess spin from Mother Hen able to pick that one up.
Yep, that is in fact Decimate.
Yeah, Decimate. I was going to say he's not Garen, but he is kind of the antithesis of Garen, so I wanted to call it spin to win sometimes, but then I kind of caught myself there. I was like, that's not right, Fekis.
Well, to be fair, he is a big winner after that fight. Did pick himself up a kill. No assist on it, though. He was flashing in to steal that, even though it probably would have gotten picked up by Musical Notes' Ahri Ignite. Either way, a kill's a kill, and it's nice to see him gets knocked away by Dragon, so he misses his Decimate. LOL. Not making it there for the damage, but he's still going to be helping out. He didn't even back away for the additional damage on the edge of his spin, man. You gotta get your optimal Darius play going on. But either way, first Dragon of the game at 8 minutes, exactly like we saw in game 1, but this time for Carleton.
Yeah, and that makes me wonder what the map positioning really says here. Okay, well, very nice juke by Cyanotic, or very misplaced charm.
Broke his legs there.
Let you guys decide.
Oh my goodness. That's why I think it was Kobe in one of his last games. I think it was the game they played against Golden State that they did so well in. He tries to get punked out there. The guy like slams the, does that thing where he fakes like he's gonna slam the ball into Kobe's face. Kobe just like stands there. He's just like, "What you gonna do to me?" And it's just like, "Oh wait," he just totally didn't get punked out by that. This is the opposite of that, where you get totally just bamboozled by Cyanotic. I'm going to go back and watch that play, make myself a GIF of that. I know we've got some of our admins on GIF making duty tonight, so if they can hop in for that one, that's that GIF I want. I'm just going to somebody tries to, juke me. I just say, hey, look, this is what it's going to look like.
Big
But-
difference is that might actually help Cynotic's win-loss record. Just want to throw that one out there.
We'll help. Let's not get our sports metaphors mixed
Ah.
up in here, man. This is esports. It's the good version of sports.
All right, Musical Notes has the blue buff in the mid lane. It actually looks like Ecstasy and hold on.
Finds a random Gragas in that bush.
Yeah, well, this is the Doom bots, except the Fiddlesticks in the bushes now. Gragas in the bush, far less terrifying, but still surprising.
I can't wait until we get Doombots back. Doombots is like my second favorite game mode, next to yeah, man. I think everybody loves Earth.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Earth is the sandbox mode we've been wanting.
Yeah, I would play Earth as often as people play like AirAms now. Like the Earth is just like the most fun. So, Doombot's also pretty fun. And last game, it was actually Jezzy who was kind of the Doombot running around Summoner's Rift on his Shyvana. This time he actually takes the Gragas away from Freakin' Pope, who picks up the Rammus. And you can see a very tanky lineup, Turb, Freakin' Pope, and Cynotic. Nubsy is an AP carry with only one damaging spell. And Mickey Mouse has a lot of crits, a lot of AoE.
Pretty passionate about those crits in Champion Select.
I'm pretty sure okay, so I'm just now catching on. I was calling him like Mikey Moss before.
I thought it
and
was Mikey Moss.
Yeah, but it's Mickey Mouse, and I was just
Mouse.
mispronouncing
Oh, look
it.
at that.
Yeah, I was like, how did that get there? Huh? That feel when you recognize the obvious name.
It still looks like Mikey
Two
Moss,
games
though.
deep into
You
the
can't,
best
you
of
can't just discredit Mikey Moss.
That's that feel when you like, you're farming top lane. You're like, man, I wonder where the enemy team is. Then you just like die to a 5-man roam. And you're like, wow, I really wish I could have seen that coming a long time ago. Unlucky, but here we go, Rift Herald.
In the corner, like a name above their
yeah, if only I hadn't been staring at the name the entire game. But yeah, Rift Herald, it's going down.
Yes, it is.
But they're not yelling timber because they're not Mr. Worldwide, Bekez.
Hold on, there it is. Yeah, it does go over. Well, Turb got the Rift Herald killed.
They gotta
He's gonna
fight
get the
this
buff,
out
though.
there. Double flash over the wall, man. That's
Alright, so
how
fun
you.
fact, the Rift Herald buff cannot be picked up by the enemy team if you do not kill the Rift Herald.
Yep.
Fun fact.
Is not yours. You cannot steal that. Like, you can steal the Rift Herald. You cannot steal the buff. So, buffless, flashless, RMU forced away from that unlucky situation. But they're still doing decently. They're, not behind by, a concrete amount of gold. And the cull on Mickey Mouse is almost completely stacked up. Only 30 more CS to make that one happen.
Yeah. And let's point out for everybody, a concrete amount of gold is less than a metric ton of gold.
Oh, that is true, unless you have a metric ton of concrete.
I think gold is gold heavier than concrete.
Well, I
Actually,
also
I don't think it is.
I don't think that they
like,
call concrete in the UK. I think they call it something else. At least that's what one of my British friends told me. Could be just trolling me because I'm a dumb American. But here we go.
You're only dumb American because the intelligent British have made you ignorant.
That's.
that?
I mean, they make me use their measuring system. Like, who even does that? There's like 3 countries in the entire world that use the metric system. It's like I think I'm not even sure if UK even do that. It's like U.S., Burma, and one other country I can't remember. Either way, who even does that?
Oh, you're talking
anymore?
about the metric system and like relative to science figures and things like that, correct? And because we still use
measuring system, yeah.
Yeah, I would say the United States, they're not solely reliant on the metric system. Like in school, you don't get solely taught
That was like the shortest Rammus Powerball I've ever seen. It's like, all right, guys, we're going. Oh, there's a ward. Let's stop and take that out real fast. So, yeah, we should probably talk about like where each one of these players are in the game as far as their builds, their CS, give some context. We got Zillion absolutely monstering it up in the mid lane, 20 to 30 CS lead there, but the real situation, Fekez, is in the bottom lane.
Yeah,
remember when
look
I
at
was
that.
surprised at the Ashe pick? Well, this is why. 62 CS at 13.5 minute feels bad, man.
Yeah, and of course you're going against a Sivir who has, the spell shield. Volley is a very telegraphed maneuver. You can spell shield it extremely easy. And
Oh my
gosh,
God!
Ecstasy
What
gets
is-
a huge amount of damage. You were talking about Nubsy only having one offensive spell. That might be enough. And let's not forget, it's an AoE stun spell
Right.
if you land it properly. It's incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And we're just saw a display of that. Ecstasy needs to rethink his life for a moment.
Yeah, the biggest difference is there's a 4-level advantage between Nubsy and Ecstasy. Ecstasy's level 7, whereas Nubsy's level 11. It's the biggest level, second biggest level discrepancy in the game besides the supports, which are only level 6. So Nubsy is essentially almost double the supports level this game, which is actually ridiculous. Like there's no reason that should happen. Like supports get less experience. We all get that. They're roaming, they're clearing wards. Like it's kind of a support fact of life. But the fact that Nubsy is so gigantic this game, he's sort of taken over the mantle that Jezzy had in the last game. That one guy that's just actually ridiculously huge.
Yeah, a huge amount of farm on him for sure. So see if you can keep that one up. They do have a lot of wave clear on the side of RMU, so sieging against them is going to be extremely difficult when you only have, like, what is it, like, as far as your long-range skills, volley, barrel roll, and a Q from musical notes. There's not too much option here to really contest a turret against the massive wave clear of Robert Morris University. So see how Carleton tries to overcome that one. They are ahead in gold right now. Dragon is up as well. They took the first dragon. And I was mentioning earlier, turn around from the first game where RMU was on blue side and got both dragons, first dragon first, and actually kept a hold of the dragon for a bit there in the first game. Carleton got the first dragon this time around. Makes me wonder, and it's always been kind of debated which side is better to play on, blue or red or purple if you play in colorblind mode. As Carleton, they're on the blue side now. They're able to take the dragon the first time around. A little bit interesting thing to think about here. Hold on.
I love Zillion bombs. It's like before, remember back in the day, they used to be just targeted. You just walk up and click the bomb on someone. And nobody thought that was like, incredibly strong or anything. They reworked, now you have to aim them, but they're still pretty difficult to deal with. You can, however, Quicksilver Sash off the Zillion bombs.
So, can you? I don't think you could before, could you?
You can. In fact, it is now not a debuff, but it's not something that you can deal with. At least I believe that's the case. I read that in the PBE notes when they were releasing it. If it made it to live, I think it did, but somebody tweet at Rapid Casting. Let me know if that's possible. If it's not, let me know I'm a giant noob. Either way, we got some wave clear in the mid lane. That's where all that Zillion CS comes from. It's actually a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's level 12 at this point. He is now double the supports level. Sonotic and Banana Warrior haven't gotten a level in the last 2.5 minutes that they've been walking around. Like they just haven't been in lane getting experience, and that's, I don't know, man. You got to get some levels there. I mean, to be fair, I guess level 6 is, all the levels you need on a sport.
I wouldn't say it's the levels you need, but that's definitely the breaking point. If you were to stop leveling, it's like, oh, well, 6 is all right, I guess. I can still flash an ult. Maybe.
But it's starting to get almost 18 minutes into the game, and you're only level 6. Like, how do you do that? Like, that takes some skills.
Oh, we are playing with some of the best collegiate players in the United States, or well, actually North America. Let's not even say United States, North America right now, because they are in the round of 32. So they know what they're doing, and they know how to play well and how to, I guess, do a play-action fake if they want to. Very nice Pillar of Frost. It's a Pillar of Ice. I did look it up. Pillar of Ice, even though it looks like filth because he has that skin. Very nice Pillar, though, coming out from Turb, blocking the big body slam from Jezzy. So looks like Robert Morris, they are going to, or no, not Robert Morris, Carleton, they are going to try to pick up this Rift Herald.
And we did finally have Banana Warrior hit level 7. The dream is now a reality. You can, in fact, level past 6, something Sonotic would not know about. He's still chilling there. But good guy Zillion actually gets him that experience. It takes the janky Zillion passive to be able to get him to level 7. He actually couldn't get the experience on his own, so he had to be given it by Zillion. Wow. That's pretty spectacular. But now Sonotic gonna feel the pain of being level 7.
Is he though? It was a huge bait. Very nice follow-up by Robert Morris. But are they gonna be able to dish out enough damage? Mikey, I'm gonna still call him Mikey Moss. Still has quite a bit of damage put onto him. Gets taken out. Or no, he doesn't. He's actually hit with the Resilient ult, so he's going to stay alive for now. But big flash is coming out. Turb taking out Banana Warrior. But finally, Ecstasy able to pick out Mikey Moss. It is a 3-for-2 right now in favor of Carleton. Nubsy still alive, Turb still alive on Robert Morris. So they have a little bit of wave clear, but Nubsy does not have much mana left.
So one of the downsides of Sivir, and the reason that she kind of dropped out of favor after some of her more recent nerfs, is that she's a relatively short-range AD carry. So you want those AoE crits, but you have to actually get pretty close to do that. And man, MVP performance in that fight went to Jezzy. He was on top of Mickey Mouse the entire time, which is not a sentence I never expected to be saying, but it was definitely the most effective part of that last fight. And Ecstasy, because there was so much just forward pressure being put on, Ecstasy could just do whatever she wanted. Stand in the back of the fight, and actually does have a very long range as far as auto attacks. I think it's 550, 600, something like that. It's actually pretty long by AD carry comparisons.
Yeah, that's always been a downfall of champions. I guess that aren't Caitlyn and Jinx, and even Lucian has a little bit of a decent decent length of auto attack, considering he can throw his Q down, and that's a pretty far Q. And he also has an escape. That's one thing that these and that's the thing too. You know, Sivir, if she had an escape, her short range wouldn't be that bad. But she has no escape. She just has a spell shield. But we'll talk about that in a second, because Banana Warrior is being caught out here, going to go down. Mikey Mosk in the back line's picking up that one with the boomerang. So very nice pickup, very nice catch.
And it's almost as if having a level 7 champion in the game at 21 minutes. There are 3 times as many minutes in the game as there are levels on Banana Warrior. Let's just throw that out there. Like,
oh my gosh.
It's not that hard to get more than 1 level every 3 minutes. No, Mikey Mouse, no! It's not worth it! Spell shield.
On the hunt popped. Yeah, nice spell shield. There it is.
Wait, what?
Yeah, explosive cast knocking him into Musical Note. Musical Note, he's going to try to pick up Nubsy. Casts his ult on himself there. Charm landing. Can Musical Note do it? There's the Q. It's not going to be enough, though. Nubsy does run out. And there is the stun. And now Musical Note's finally going down as well. Freaking Pope. Nice lockdown onto him. Turb picking up that kill. And it is now a 2-for-1. Oh, Mother Hen went down sometime during that transaction as well.
Man, that was those were some interesting AD carry positions right there. I've never quite seen those. Or carry positions. Musical Notes just went right in to the mid lane tier 2 turret, and that escape path from Mickey Mouse is I don't know, man. Definitely some Benny Hill going on. This is quite the game, Fekes, that we have transpiring before us. Strong things from game 1 that are still strong include Turb. The guy is a monster in the top lane, 3-1-1. Actually has the best score in the game right now, unless you count the undefined 0 death scores in some columns. But either way, the composition that RMU is running is designed to do one thing, and that is move really fast. Unfortunately, they've been moving really fast straight into things that make their lives not quite as fun. Whoa!
Musical Notes. Quite a bit of damage put onto him, but just out of range. Very nicely played by Musical Notes to get out of death range there. But now, Jezzy fails his body slam over the wall.
No, stopped by the pillar.
Going to be his life. Yeah, actually, that was, good call there. That was Turb's pillar once again stopping the body slam of Jezzy, but still does go down in the end. And Turb, 4-1-1 now, looking to be a big impact on this team like he was last game, but this time through team fights.
Yeah, he's giving his team the info. Dropping the 4-1-1 on Summoner's Rift. He knows it. Now Dragon is going to be picked up. It's the first Dragon of the game there by RMU, and that time the move fast strat does work out. Catches out Musical Notes. Didn't pick up the kill, but was able to just chunk her so much she was basically useless for that entire fight. Turb doesn't care about this. He's got tons of magic resistance and with tons of damage to follow up on that. Zones from bombs. That's the cool thing about Zilean. You just like run up to the turret, throw bombs behind it, and if the enemy doesn't have a tank that can, tank the bombs for the rest of the team, then you can't get near the turret. Picture perfect play there by RMU. And it's nice to see what their team comp's supposed to be doing actually paying off. So I was a little bit worried because they used all that movement speed to run straight into the enemy team a couple times. That doesn't work. But when you're engaging, that's what they're looking for.
Oh Oh, nice charm onto musical notes. That actually might have messed up Nubsy's last bomb there. Nice dodge with a Spirit Rush onto Nubsy as well. He's going to have his ultimate proc, so nice block, body block by freaking Pope. Gonna keep Nubsy alive once more, and that is a frustrating scenario against any Zilean, is that you have to kill him twice more than likely, and sometimes that second time is not near as easy as the first time, if the first time is even easy. Nubsy staying alive once again, and going to have that chrono shift up pretty soon, considering how easy it is to get cooldown reduction on Zilean.
Yep. In fact, Zilean has his own cooldown reduction in the form of that rewind. Be kind, rewind. But Zilean is like anti-Blockbuster because he's not kind when he rewinds. He kills people with it. So probably not something. Maybe Zilean's the reason Blockbuster's not doing so hot nowadays. You remember going to Blockbuster for the VHSs?
No.
Fekez? Nice save there by Sonotic.
Just throw that one out in the beginning there, but yeah, nice save by Sonotic. Is he going to be able to save himself though? Dredge lined in, and nice zone with the bombs from Nubsy. So very nicely played by RMU. Looking out for each other. Nice support system they got there. Support for support, if you want to call Zilean a support.
But you're not supposed to have to support your support by saving him from, mispositioning pretty badly there. So not necessarily still a great play for RMU. They lose all their pressure in the mid lane, and now it's going to be all they can do to defend this mid lane turret, because what happens is Mickey Mouse is going to try to defend this by wave clearing, but it's not going to. Wait, was that teleport? Wait, that
was Nubsy teleport, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, alright.
Let's back in the action as fast as possible.
Zilean has the fastest move speed steroid buff in the game. Next to, I think, Highlander is the fastest. But it's pretty ridiculous. And that's just like straight up. I think Rammus, when Powerball fully accelerates, is maybe faster. But the idea that you can give yourself or anyone on your team 70% move speed, I think that's pretty good.
That's a pretty amazing. Yeah, Nubsy. He hasn't been using it too much on anyone else. We were hoping to see more Rammus speed ups. I think we talked about that in Champions Select. Has not happened so much in this game. And just like the first game, it's a very low kill score right now. 6-6, RMU leading only by about 1K. It's been pretty slow. Both teams, they've been so hesitant to pull the trigger. RMU, they only need one more win to advance into the round of 16. While Carleton, they want to try to take their best to take this into game number 3. And both teams, I think, are so focused on that they might be playing a little bit hesitant, afraid to pull the trigger and make a mistake here.
Did you see those bombs just jump to the minions in the mid lane?
Yeah,
yeah. We're moving this way.
Hold on.
Some intelligent bombs in there, smart bombs. But here we go, bottom lane. We've got Mother Hen.
I think Sonotic may be going down here. Gets hit with the Enchanted Crystalline Arrow and dunked into the ground. Mother Hen picking up that kill. Explosive Cask is up. There it is. Jesse picking up this now one, but the Spell Shield, yeah, that's what he was waiting for. I was like, I probably shouldn't throw this one, but tries it anyways. And meanwhile, RMU pushing into the inner mid lane turret, able to pick that one up and get out of there. Very nicely played by RMU. Kill for a turret, a support kill for a turret over to RMU. Very much worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it there. The picks on Sonotic coming in way too often. You gotta hold it back there a little bit. Stay with the team. Stay safe, because he has been they've had to save him several times already.
Yeah, he's been a little bit out of position. I think he's just trying to set something up. Hold on. Speaking of out of position, Mikey Moss, he does not have the explosive cask on Jesse, but there is so much damage onto him. I think he's able to pick this one up and he slow him enough. Mikey Moss going down. Jesse 1v1ing him, and that is Mikey Moss is 1-4-4. He's been out of position more times than he should at this level of play. Needs to be careful, and definitely needs to be with Cyanotic if he's going to go on his own, or I guess he wouldn't be on his own if it was Cyanotic, but needs to stick around Cyanotic for that extra protection.
All right, well, in general, we just need to see, the lane phase is over. There's no reason that RMU should be, split pushing like this. Turb does not have teleport, so he can't join the team. You just group up, and I mean, it's not to meme or anything, but it's a Sivir comp. You group up and you win. Like, you put 5 champions in one place, and what's this? Synotic getting caught out again. I don't know, man.
He may get out this time around. Freaking Pope is there. He jumps over to him. Explosive Cask actually going to blast him back. Depth Charge also used on Cyanotic. So Carleton's actually using like a lot to just get Cyanotic. And this may work into the favor of RMU. Nubsy is there now.
No kills off of that,
no
but
kills, yeah.
They should be able to pressure for Dragon. The only downside is that, you're right, they used almost every ultimate on the team. They used 3 ults to be able to try to make that work there. But, okay, Turb versus Oh Mother Hen. We'll see who makes that work out. It's actually Gragas Jezzy that smites away the Dragon, but look at those stuns!
Yeah, huge stuns, and there's the double kill for Mikey Moss. That's what he's been looking for this entire time, and now Nubsy, huge amount of damage being thrown onto Carleton. They're on the move now. Musica Notes, he gets stunned down. Turb picking up that kill, going unstoppable. It is a 4-for-1 right now. Cyanotic, the only one down for RMU, and Jezzy, the only one left alive for Carleton. So that was pretty huge for RMU. They're going to pressure the inhibitor mid lane turret and possibly get the inhibitor as well.
Man, beautiful team fight. For as wacky, and another spell shield on the Gragas ultimate.
Nice.
For as wacky as Mickey Mouse's run into the enemy team earlier looked, he just looked like a god in that last fight. Perfect positioning. He spell shielded the Apprehend from Oh Mother Hen's Darius, so that basically there's no danger for him in that entire fight. Dished out 1,000,000 damage. He even has Phantom Dancer for extra movement speed when there's enemy champions near him. So just incredibly well played there. Mickey Mouse, definitely a big hero. And, of course, Nubsy, also super, super good, landing these double bomb stuns. He landed like a 3-man stun at that Dragon fight. Just absolutely incredible. So, this RMU team comp started to kick into high gear, and while, yes, there's some sort of signs of life from Carleton, they gotta put it together here, because lane phase is over, and that's where their comp was the strongest.
I think we might be seeing a little bit of pressure coming around the Baron here. Hold on. Oh, Mother Hen. He gets stunned down. Nubsy's just going to try to run away from him. It's like a wily old man's like, just let me through. he does get through.
You
so very,
like
huge props to Nubby, by the way. That was great.
People don't really think about like what League of Legends is like actually doing. Like, there's some willing suspension of disbelief, which is the literary term where you kind of assume that it's not real, but you're pretending to enjoy the story.
Yeah.
Like, what just happened there? There's this guy with a giant axe, which for some reason doesn't kill someone when you hit them with it. And there's an old dude with a clock on his back, hovering over the ground, speeding around the corner at you. And it's like, wait, what? How is this like... I get, okay, so it's Summoner's Rift, right? And why it's Summoner's Rift, nobody knows, because Summoners don't exist anymore. But I'm just saying, like, the wackiness that occurs... It just blows my mind sometimes. And here we go, freaking Pope's charging up that Rammus Powerball, going straight into the bush. He does!
Oh, Mother Hen actually canceled his back, maybe thinking he could not get it. The stun misses onto Oh Mother Hen from Nubsy, but enough damage goes down. There's a Pillar of Filth coming into play. And as you see, Darius doesn't really have anything to go around the Pillar of Filth, so it's going to be taken down. Turb once again picking up that kill, but Carleton, seeing that 3 have been drawn up to top lane, decides to push into the mid lane turret of RMU. Picks up one turret, gets a little bit of damage onto the inner turret, but Nubsy, carefully placed teleport, able to pick up the wave clear pretty easily there. And now it looks like Turb and freaking Pope gonna be coming over.
Arrow
and
actually
up the
does
line.
hit Cyanotic, so
It does. Mikey Moss, he may be going down here. He's caught out in a pretty precarious position, but no.
look at those crits!
The damage is so huge.
What?
And Cyanotic just steps in front of him, is like, let me guard you, bro, and does it. Very nicely played by Cyanotic and by Mikey Moss, and looks like Jezzy may be going down. Maybe not. Oh, there's a pillar. And I think this is finally going to be the end of Jezzy, and that is going to be a Baron more than likely for RMU. Hold on. Jezzy's not going down without a fight, but the fight is finally ended. Turb picking up that kill, and now Baron right there, right for the taking. RMU shouldn't have a problem taking this one.
That Sivir damage was disgusting. Like, actually bonkers. Hide your children. It's not a pretty sight to behold, man. Wow, what a beautifully played team fight once again there by RMU. They get the Baron off the back of that, completely well-deserved. And you're starting to see the limitations of Darius. While he offers a lot of threat in lane phase, lane is actually, or the lane phase is actually relatively short in most competitive games. So your dominance that you get there, like, you see so many players in like solo queue, you'll see that Ignite Thunderlord's Riven top lane. You're just like, okay, I get to have no fun in League of Legends for the first, like, 15-20 minutes. But then afterwards, there's a lot of downsides to not running Teleport, not running Grasp of the Undying, and all of these other things, like just champion choices. Well, that's Darius. He's great for solo queue because lane phase lasts a long time and you get to, have fun. But once it exits solo queue, or once it exits lane phase, he is not as effective as this Turb Trundle 7-1 and 2, man. He is holding it down.
Yeah, he's a pretty big force. He also has a Z-Rot portal, so split pushing as best as they can, I guess, in the League of Legends. It looks like he's putting some focus into that top lane. Put the Z-Rot portal into the tri-bush. Or no, that's actually not. No, that was a ward. Never mind. So still holding on to that Z-Rot portal.
Yeah, he should just drop it in the tri-bush. He's going to try for a more aggressive placement and put it in this bush. That's actually pretty far inferior. That's the position you put your Z-Rot portal in if you actually want the minions to force down this turret. But a much better usage of Z-Rot portal is to place it more safely so it's harder for the enemy to clear.
Oh, Ecstasy blows a flash and gets destroyed.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's
I said earlier, Mikey Moss was 1-4. I think it was 1-4-4 at the time. He's now 7-4-7. Mikey Moss hasn't died in like 10 or 15 minutes. He's doing pretty phenomenal now.
And you know what's better than one Secret Agent is two. It's not just 007, it's 0014, and wow, musical notes.
Gosh. The bomb. There is no Quicksilver Sash on musical notes, so he goes down. Same with Banana Warrior, godlike Mikey Moss, and now RMU. They are taking very decisive control of this game.
Man,
bot lane inhibitor going to go down.
If Nubsy was my favorite Nintendo game from back in the day, sorry.
You got it, bro. Hold on, we'll talk about that in 1 second. So Jezzy is going down. That's giving Mikey Moss some legendary status here, and I believe Turb is also legendary. Only has one death in this game. That is RMU taking game number 2 in this best of 3, so they will advance into the round of 16.
Speeding away, and yeah, I can't mute my microphone because that would be touching something.
Yeah, don't touch things.
I don't want it to break, man.
I'd rather hear you cough.
Yeah, if Nubsy was my favorite Nintendo game from back in the day, he'd be Bomber, man. He was just rolling around. Finally, at 36 minutes into that game, got his first kill of the game.
I was going to say, let's point that out. He went 0-0, 16, 17 for a while. I think you were in the midst of pointing that out.
Right.
And yeah, the guy, he was just... He positioned himself so well, he didn't die, which is probably the most important thing you can do in League of Legends. I don't care what anybody says, not dying is extremely important. But assisting your team with 17 kills, 17 out of 20, and as a mid laner, that's pretty huge. I mean, you're supposed to be killing people as a mid laner, but when you get that many assists, you're still doing a huge amount of work.
Right, and if you look at the assist scores, they're going to be actually a lot bigger for RMU just because of their composition. It's a comp that's designed to group up and all have these big team fights where you're going to get a lot of assists. So 17 assists for Cynotic, who, we did criticize for getting caught out quite a few times, but in the end was, like you said, you group up and you win. Cynotic 17 assists, 17 on Nubsy's mid lane Zillion, and you even had Rammus freaking Pope, very integral to that sort of movement speed composition. 15 assists there, so very well played there towards the end. A lot of hiccups, a lot of sloppiness over the first maybe 10-15 minutes of the game, but once they started grouping up and just sort of ran down Carleton, that's all it took, and a big game 2 win. That's going to be a 2-0 victory for Carleton as they go ahead and pick up a victory over for RMU, as they pick up a victory over Carleton tonight. RMU undefeated over the course of the regular season and still that way coming into tonight's game. So certainly a big fan of both of these teams. Man, Robert Morris, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the upcoming round of 16.
Yeah, I do anticipate them seeing going at least one more round further. I expect to see them in Texas. They're a huge team. Their team over in ULAW, also a huge team. There's no reason why their team in CSL wouldn't be a huge team. The infrastructure of Robert Morris University, and I actually talked about this on the podcast a couple weeks ago. The infrastructure on Robert Morris University is just so good. You can take you can take the like players and make them into a great team, no matter their mechanical skill, because they have such a great support system there, and they have coaches, staff on hand to help them out. They have a training facility, Robert Morris University. There's a reason why they're dominated both Riot's ULOL and CSL's playoff brackets right now. They're still undefeated, 2-0ing every game so far, and Robert Morris, their university, like I said, the infrastructure is so good, and I blame that. I put a huge amount of blame on that for their victories here.
Yeah, big victories tonight. Took a look at the damage dealt graph, and when it comes to damage dealt, the champions Zilean led the field there with 24, almost 25,000 damage dealt the champion. So when you're a champion with only one damaging spell, and you output the most damage, something tells me it's pretty good. Congratulations, RMU. Big thanks to everybody out there for watching us here tonight at the CSL. If you want more CSL action, hit that follow button right down below the channel. Follow us on social media at cstarleague.com for more information, and at cstarleague on Twitter, Collegiate Star League on Facebook. You know where to find us. And if you want to find us casters, you have any feedback, we'd love to hear from you. I am Rapid on Twitter. It's at RapidCasting. You can follow my co-caster on Twitter at Fekez. You can see our Twitter links in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. I'm giving away Pulsefire Teemo skins to everybody that comes and follows me tonight, so definitely go check that out. Big fans of you all, and I do want to give a last-minute shout-out to our sponsors at Brain Gear, Asus ROG, and Twitch. And we want to thank them for having this, helping us have this great season. We look forward to seeing you all at DreamHack for the grand finals of the CSL. So, man, it's been a big night. Yeah, any final words before we close things out, Fekez?
No, very impressive victory from Robert Morris University. And again, I expect to see them in DreamHack. So I expect you to see you at DreamHack too. I don't see why I wouldn't, but you know, things happen.
Oh, man. What a way to go out. We're going to head out of here. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been a great night, but like all great things, it must come to an end. Thanks for watching, and make sure to stick around. Do you want to give one final... I keep finding things that I need to mention before we head out of here. We do have more CSL broadcasts, so come back here Monday. We're going to have Ottawa facing off against Appalachian State, which will be the last of our round of 32A matches before we go to the second half of the round of 32. And with playoffs coming up, every game is definitely very, very important. So make sure to stick around, come back on Monday, check us out here again, and we will see you then. Have a good night.
Strike the match.